After successfully finding the Dewey Lake monster, Mia and I were finishing our business in Wisconsin and deciding where to go next. After looking for any possible cryptid locations, I found a suitable choice that would take less than a day's worth of driving. I didn't think Mia was going to be too thrilled about it, though.
Ohio? Again? Seriously?
Yeah, and come on, it wasn't that bad.
Lucas, more astronauts have been born in Ohio than any other state in the country, and the Wright brothers. Why do you think that is? Everyone wants to get as far away from Ohio as they can.
Mia, we're going to Ohio.
Ugh, fine, whatever. What are we going to be looking for in Ohio, besides a way out of Ohio?
South Bay Bessie.
Bessie?
Yup.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me about Bessie. But for the love of God, we're coming up with a better name for it.
Well, it's also been called the Lake Erie monster.
Of course it has.
I will admit, as dumb as the name is, it is actually kind of partially justified. Besides being chosen for, rhyming with Nessie, it also gets its name from the Davis-Bessie nuclear power plant, which is located pretty close to a lot of the sightings.
Alright, that's slightly less dumb.
Now, as the names would suggest, this is a creature said to inhabit Lake Erie, specifically the southern parts. The earliest sighting I could find of a creature in Lake Erie comes from 1793. The captain of a boat named the Felicity spotted, as usual, a snake-like creature, described as more than a rod in length. And before you ask, a rod is about 16 and a half feet.
Okay, and how many cubits was it?
Give me a break, it was the 1700s. After that, there were actually 3 sightings in 1817, 2 of which were also from boat crews. According to these sightings, the creature was anywhere from 20 to 60 feet long. Witnesses again described the creature as serpent-like, except for a pair of brothers who said it resembled a giant sturgeon with arms.
I'm just imagining a fish with huge human arms, like a bodybuilder.
I bet that's exactly what they meant. There was another big sighting in 1892. Another boat crew saw a big area of water nearby that was starting to get all choppy and splashy.
Good use of nautical terms.
When they got closer to the area, they saw a creature that was apparently 50 feet long, with a head sticking up out of the water and flippers.
Another plesiosaur?
Yeah, sure sounds like one. Reports quiet down for a while after that, and they pick back up again in the 60s, and then the 80s, and then almost half a dozen sightings in 1990 alone. There's a lot of the usual descriptions: snake-like, reptilian humps, brown or green or black. Then in 1991, the creature was actually given the name Bessie, referencing all these sightings from the past few decades, and the last report I could find is from 2001. And that's about it for old Bessie.
Please don't call it that.
We soon arrived in Sandusky, Ohio. Despite Lake Erie bordering Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and even Canada to the north, a lot of the sightings had occurred in or around Sandusky, so it seemed like the best spot to get a sighting. It also happened to be the home of the last witness from 2001, Charlie Freeman. Charlie agreed to meet with us at a local diner.
You guys the monster people?
Yeah, hi.
Sup.
So, what can you tell us about the creature?
I don't know how much help I can be. I was only like 10 years old when I saw the thing.
Hey, anything helps.
Okay. Well, it was summer, and my family had rented a boat. They decided to go around Cedar Point.
What's Cedar Point?
Seriously? It's a huge amusement park.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes away. How have you not heard of it?
I don't know. Sorry. Please continue.
So we were on the boat, and I saw this big... I don't know. It looked like a turtle or something.
A turtle?
Yeah, a big one. I get a good look at the shell, but not much else. Its head was underwater, but I think it had a pretty long neck. You know, like those Galapagos turtles.
You mean the tortoises?
Yeah, same thing.
You said you were with your family?
Yeah.
Did anyone else see it?
No. No one else saw it. It swam right under our boat, and I even tried pointing it out, but no one listened.
Yeah, that happens with cryptids.
You mean monsters?
Yeah. So you were around 10 at the time, and no one else saw anything. Are you sure this wasn't just an overactive imagination?
No way. Think what you want, but I know what I saw.
Some kind of turtle monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks for meeting with us.
So?
Charlie was interesting.
Not quite the word I would use.
Since he was the last person we know of that saw the creature, we should probably start with that area, right?
Right. Wait a minute. Do you mean the amusement park?
Well, I mean, he did say the boat was in that area when he saw it. We might as well go there first.
Okay, fine.
So the next day we went to Cedar Point. Turns out it was pretty much the biggest thing in town. It was an amusement park on a peninsula, but it might as well have been an island. I will admit, it was a pretty cool place for an amusement park. Before we could get to the waters surrounding the park, though, we got a little sidetracked.
Whoa! Valravn.
That is a big roller coaster.
Oh, come on! The park was your idea!
Right, it's just big. And is that a 90-degree angle? Why don't we go on the wooden coaster first? Work our way up to this one.
Oh, don't be a baby. After this, you'll have no problem on any other ride.
I don't know.
What if I told you it was named after a mythological creature?
Wait, really?
Yeah. The Raven of the Slain.
In Danish folklore, the mythical death bird was a raven that feasted on the bodies of warriors who died in battle. After eating the heart of a child, they could also turn into a powerful knight. Okay, yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Let's go!
Alright, that was amazing. One more before we get down to business?
Sure!
If you've ever been to an amusement park, you'll know that the only real downside to a ride is the long line you have to wait in before it's finally your turn. Thankfully, we were used to long, boring stretches of time from all the hours we spent on the road.
Does anyone ever call you Luke?
No. I tried it once in high school. Not my thing.
Fair enough.
Anyone ever call you Amelia?
No. Well, just my grandfather. Amelia is too formal. It's like what my mom would call me when I was in trouble.
Oh, snap. They've also got a coaster called Rougarou.
Rougarou?
It's like a werewolf.
Of course it is.
2 rides became 3 rides, became 4 rides. As the sun began to set, we realized we had inadvertently spent the whole day just enjoying the park. It was now too dark to see anything in the water, but the park was open for a few more hours, so we enjoyed ourselves a little longer before returning home.
Hey, Fritz! Did you miss us?
Okay, we will definitely get to the water tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I'll be honest, we didn't get around to checking the water that next day either. We just enjoyed more rides and games and unhealthy carnival food. I even won a stuffed banana with a hat and dreadlocks. But I think it was good. I realized since Mia and I have been out on the road, even though we hadn't been working 24/7, we also hadn't taken the time to just enjoy ourselves this much. We hadn't taken a real day off. Not in a long time. Neither of us wanted to admit it, but I think we needed this. The last thing we rode on that second day was the Ferris wheel, affording us an amazing view of the surroundings. What a view.
I still maintain that Ohio is a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad place. But this ain't half bad.
You got that right. It's been fun.
It has. Back to business tomorrow? For real?
You got it. The next morning, we returned to Cedar Point for the third day in a row. This time, however, we made our way straight for the marina that sat next to the park. We were going to just rent a boat and check out the area. Why do I keep picking lake monsters?
I don't know, man. Don't tell me you're still seasick.
A little bit.
You're such a baby. Besides, we've been out here for almost 4 hours now, and you're only a little seasick? I'd call that an improvement.
Yeah. What should we do if we don't find anything today? Expand our scope, check out the area from land?
Yeah, that'll probably work.
We spent the next 2 days as close to the shores of Cedar Point as we could get, to no avail. So finally, we headed for deeper waters. Metaphorically. Maybe literally too, but I don't know the varying depths of Lake Erie. Anyway, after a few hours on the water, we were finally successful. Sunset should be around 7:30, right?
Yeah, and it's... What time is it now? I left my phone back in the room.
Why would you do that?
Because I forgot it there, jerk.
It's almost 2.
Alright then, we've got at least another 5 solid hours to find our creature. Although, I don't think we'll need to.
You sense something?
No, dummy, look.
Oh, damn! That's huge! I mean, smaller than most of the lake monsters we've seen, but that's big for a turtle.
Turtles can get pretty big.
Fair, but I don't know. You sure this is a turtle? We were watching a dark shape gliding just below the surface of the water. As it finally rose and broke the surface, we could see both a ridged shell and a long, toothy head. That is not a turtle.
Whatever it is, it's Bessie, alright.
I thought we weren't calling it that.
We're not.
It was still early in the afternoon at this point. With our investigation concluded, we decided to return to the park and enjoy a few more rides one last time before we left town. When we finally returned to our room that night, Mia checked her phone to find that she had multiple missed calls and voicemails. Geez, bad day to leave your phone at home. What's wrong?
They're all from Donna.
Hey Mia, it's Donna. I just had a question about Lobo. Give me a call back. Bye.
End of message. Next message.
Hey, it's me again. Listen, I really need your help. Please call me when you get this.
End of message. Next message.
Me again. I didn't want to worry you guys, but something's wrong with Lobo. He hasn't eaten for the past 2 days now. He started coughing today, and now he has a fever. I don't know who else to turn to. Please call me as soon as you can.
End of message.
Shit. I hope Lobo's okay.
Wait a minute. We should call Robbie.
What? No.
Mia, she is literally a veterinarian.
Yeah, and she helped you kill the Wahila.
She gave that stuff to me for emergencies only. I'm the one that screwed up there, not her. You know she's our best bet for helping Lobo, or any cryptid for that matter.
Yeah, I know. Let's call Donna first and tell her we know someone. Then you can call Robbie. Donna! I am so sorry. We were out all day and I forgot my phone back at the room. How is he?
That's okay. I've just been worried sick about him. I usually deal with wounded animals, not sick ones, so I don't know what to do right now. I obviously can't bring him to a vet. I mean, even if they could see him, he still looks like a little werewolf.
About that...
What?
We actually know a vet that already knows about cryptids, and she can see them.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, we're gonna go call her right now, and we'll give her your number. It'll probably be easiest if she talks to you directly.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course, anytime. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, you're calling Robbie?
Yep.
Hello?
Hey, Robbie, we need your help.
What's going on? Something cryptid related, I assume?
Yeah. Okay, so long story short, we've got a friend, Donna, who rehabs wildlife, and she actually focuses on cryptids now. One of those cryptids is sick. I don't know much, but it sounds pretty serious. She said he's not eating, he's got a fever. Is there any way you could help her out?
Well, what kind of animal are we talking about?
We call it a lycanthrope. They're like bipedal wolves, and this one is only a year or two old.
Okay. It might be nothing, but it could also be the start of something more serious. It's hard to tell without getting more information, though.
But you can help?
Yes. I'll see what I can do.
Great. We told Donna we'd give you her number so you could call and talk to her directly. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, what's her number?
So we put Robbie in touch with Donna. The next afternoon, Donna called us back and told us what had happened. After talking on the phone, Robbie ended up driving overnight to Tennessee so that she could figure out what was wrong with Lobo and take care of him in person. It turns out the pup had a case of pneumonia, which apparently is a thing canines can get. Anyway, she prescribed him some antibiotics, and he should be better in no time. While she was there, she also gave Lobo and Sylvester some vaccinations, since being cryptids, they had never gotten any. Robbie also promised she would visit them in the future for annual checkups, and Donna now has her number in case any other emergencies come up. All's well that ends well, I guess.
Field notes. As much as I hate the name Bessie, I haven't been able to come up with any better alternatives. Lucas suggested the South Bay Shell Beast, and then the Lake Erie Turtle Monster, but, well, neither of those are that great either.
Hey!
I guess coming up with catchy names for cryptids is harder than it looks, so I'm going to stick with Bessie, but only because it's the name of the power plant. So just B-E-S-S-E. Anyway, Bessie looked something like an alligator crossed with a leatherback turtle. It measured approximately 18 feet long. It had a long, reptilian snout, 4 large flippers, a short tail, and a smooth shell with ridges running along its back. As I said, the shell itself resembled that of a leatherback turtle. It was a dark gray with mottled flecks of black and white, and the creature's skin was a dull bluish green. Now, as best as we can tell, judging from its morphology, Lucas thinks it's probably a type of plesiosaur, like maybe Leopleurodon.
It's a Leopleurodon, Charlie!
Plesiosaurs were similar to most other ancient sea creatures that people are familiar with, but, as with Bessie, they had a much larger head in proportion to their body size and very short tails. Over time, it seems that this species evolved some sort of shell. Now Bessie, like other plesiosaurs, most likely subsists on a diet of fish and other creatures in the lake. It certainly didn't seem aggressive, just curious. Not that I would recommend swimming with one or anything. End field notes.
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or tell a friend. It really helps others find the show.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com.
Check out any of these pages to see other projects we're working on, as well as a new cryptid sketch every Monday after the new episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.